Right then. Oh, 20, not the 22nd, it's the 26th. So, officially, in the UK, this is Boxing Day, the day that you open your presents, but nobody waits till then. You all open on Christmas Day. And I believe I know what this is, but I might be wrong. So we're having an unboxing, even though I've done these videos in advance, so it's the eve of Christmas Eve, but I thought we'll bend the rules slightly so you can see with me, because I believe, I'm not 100% sure because I'm not expecting anything, but a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, Elaine said she wanted to send me something that's been mentioned in the reads. So we're unboxing, and it's a surprise. And I'm very, very excited, I have to be honest. Oh my word. So look, I'm very spoilt. This is amazing. Look at that. How beautiful is that? So we've got now a collection, because there's more in here. 1 minute. So now I've got a bit of Kristen with me. It is Kristen's original quartz. And I've got some amethyst that I've never had before. This is, I don't deserve this. Elaine, this is, honestly, how beautiful. What a display we're going to have on our table. This is amazing. I'm feeling very humble. I don't even know what they all are, to be fair. So Elaine's going to have to tell me what they all are, apart from the amethyst, which is obvious. And I know these aren't cheap. So I'm very grateful in more ways than one, because I could never have afforded these myself. I just don't know what to say. I'm lost for words for once. It didn't like me. Look, how pretty. I'll be forever grateful. That is beautiful. I've even got a little Christmas box to go at the bottom of the tree, look. Isn't that lovely? So they should help with our messages from Spirit. Oh, hang on, I might put this little note in the bottom, I think. What's this? There's some little writing at the bottom. Let's see what it says. It says Crystal Dreams. And I was talking about dreams, weren't they? How lovely. So I don't know if that's the shop or Crystal Dreams. And we've got Dragon's Bloodstone. We've got Howlite. We've got Amethyst, obviously. Ladrillite. I think that might be Ladrillite actually. And a Merry Christmas to you too, Elaine. I'm so happy and humbled and wishing I could give you all what you give me. There's pyrite and there's serpentine. So I'm actually quite emotional over this one because it's something I didn't expect and I don't deserve, but I'm very, very grateful. So I will take a picture of them and put them on the I'm lost for words, on the community tab, which Kristen didn't know was there, and she's been here a long time, so you lot maybe don't know it's there, but it's a way to communicate with me on the community tab. So 26 then. So thanks, Elaine. I really do appreciate that. It's beautiful. I appreciate you all, and you've been through thick and thin with me, and I don't forget ever. So let's see if these crystals help us then, shall we? 26 is card we had yesterday, which is the Leo card, but it was in reverse, which represented cowardice. We want some more positivity. How beautiful is that? A proper unboxing on Boxing Day. You lot don't know how much you've kept me sane over the years, so I am very, very grateful. Let's see, where are we? So we're looking for the Strength card. And the song is Penny Lover. So Penny could be a friend or a sister, somebody you know. I've got a sister called Penny. So first pile is very important. Cowardice, illness, bad temper. So power struggles, somebody trying to control you. That's not good, is it? That's where we was yesterday, but I think it's crossover because we've done them so close together. But they're carrying on the story, so here we go. Heart issues, back issues, cowardice, selling your soul to the devil for material things, a passing, but remembering that the passing is just the shell. The soul lives on. So healing, letting go of the grief, finding peace, a day off, which is what they said. We've turned it around. A home is not a home without fire in the hearth, food on the table and a welcome at the door. So the crystals are doing their job. This is a happy home, a celebration, something that's okay, it's doing okay. Firm foundations. But these are not your people. There's no reciprocity. You have to free yourself from the toxic energies or you're bound to fail. So 15 is positive for once, Capricorn. It's toxic energies. It's don't agree to anything under duress. Don't sign anything. And somebody not walking the spiritual path, somebody being very materialistic. So if you're dealing with someone that's very materialistic, that's trying to control you, be happy anyway. Don't let them steal your joy because they're not your people. You release yourself, free yourself from this toxic energy. It's rebellion. And even if it feels like you've failed in some way, don't block out spirit, because spirit are trying to help you and you're not listening. You need to rid yourself of these people. 2 people born in the year of the dog, 2 people born in the year of the snake, 9 or 27. So we've got Lee and Ashley, we've got Mike, Julie, Susan, Darren, Walter, Reese and Chanel, all there, all possible names, but for you it could be somebody else. So 9 and 27 is negative, 15 is positive, and today's card is negative, unfortunately. So it's we're all a bit frazzled, but there is some happiness there, celebration, perhaps a new home for some when they free themselves from this toxicity. You maybe lose the battle, but it doesn't mean you lose the war. But try and listen to spirit. Try and tune into spirit if you can. Because they want to help, but they can't until you make this ending happen. Can't help them that won't help themselves. 1 and 28, Doris Martin. The masks are off. There's confused minds, mental illness, criminal activity even. Children, siblings, it's all kicking off. It's all because they're tired, irritable, not very well, whatever. Hands, arms, shoulder issues, negative thinking, codependency. Somebody's somewhere they have to be, not because they want to be. There's no independence. Yeah, these are not your people, this is not your tribe. So we've got the full story there. You're with people that at some sort of celebration, and you've got to free yourself from it. Why did you agree? Spirit been telling you not to go. What did you agree to go for? So that door is now closed to you again. You're feeling rejected again. Why do you put yourself out there to be rejected every time? The truth will set you free within a week. Use that sword to sever ties and get very clear about what you want. There it is. They can't reiterate more. The same card on the same card in reverse. The 15 is positive. It's releasing yourself from toxic situations. Don't put up with it. Free yourself. And don't be stubborn, sitting there stuffing your face, watching Netflix, and not be open to love, because that sets you up to fail. Stay open. No matter how much you've been hurt, stay open and move on. Don't keep dragging the past up, bringing the baggage of the past with you, because there is a bond here that cannot be broken. Unconditional love. It's a beautiful thing. You've just got to be honest. But that is external to this situation, it seems. So let's see then. So, shiny baubles and expensive gifts mean nothing. You might be booking a holiday, you might be trying to escape, travelling across water, but whatever it is, you need to leave the storms behind. End this chapter. Travel to the object of your desire, be they persons, things or events, bringing things to a full closure, especially the fixed signs, and rising like the phoenix from the ashes. So it's a flash in the pan, it's probably a big argument, but it brings things into perspective. A judgment day has arrived. Somebody has to face the music. You have to bring your walls down. You have to be willing to be vulnerable, willing to be loved. But this is not a happy home. There's a celebration, yes, but it is not a happy home. There are things here that still need to be healed, I'm afraid. So the 20, Joshua, Gary, Sandra, Bob, 21 and 20, positive. 7, again, reassess, reevaluate. Life is not a race. Comparison is not your friend. You're not competing with anybody. You have to not give up. Don't give up at all on yourself. And do the right thing from now, because in some way you are reaping what you sowed, intentionally or unintentionally in the past. Somebody thinks they've got you over a barrel. Mercury retrograde or any of the retrogrades Elaine will tell us about the next 2 weeks. Somebody is emotionally, financially, spiritually, mentally or physically blackmailing you into submission, and we don't want that. Children probably, or siblings, trauma from the past trauma. So you've learnt to keep quiet because it's not worth the hassle, but you can't keep living like that. You have good friends and generous ones, those that will be with you around in that I have some very generous friends and good ones that I have never seen, but they are a beautiful people. Yeah, someone here is either widowed or divorced, possibly, but she's thinking clearly. She isn't going to use that sword for revenge. She is just using it to carve out her own peace, in whichever way that is. The dandelion has every single nutrient you need. So this is about having all that you need. You may have been a single parent even. It's good advice, possible therapy, Aquarius energy from professional people, doctors, priests, lawyers who are female. But you're running out of options now. You've got to narrow down your options and make a decision about what you want in your life and who you want in your life and what you don't want. So, penny lover. Somebody who likes money, maybe. Fifth house of Leo is what we've got, the 26th today. The sun, which is in Sagittarius. No, Capricorn already. And I think that was Virgo. So Virgo, healing. Might have been Leo, but I think it was Virgo because I twisted it a bit. So we'll have a look, see which one, because Virgo is mentioned as well. So let's have a look. But Leo would fit because it's 26th. So fifth house is Leo anyway. So things that go on in the dark, hotel rooms, heart and back, theatres, nightclubs, sports centres. It's about your self-expression, what makes you happy, your recreation, your creativity. Sorry about that. Offsprings, yes, children, pleasure, love affairs, and speculation. It's how you express yourself. Be very careful how you speak to people. Reproduction and sexual urges, love affairs. The kind of recreation and leisure activities you enjoy. They have to be something that feeds your soul. Children, friends of equal standing, and siblings. And the sun we've got, I believe, in Virgo, but it could have been in Leo. So the sun in Virgo, I'll read them both, but the sun in Virgo, competent self-expression, practical, perfectionist, analytic, productive, functional, and organised. The sun in Virgo committed to unperturbed by setbacks. So it might be that you're a cusper. So if that's the case, it's don't let these setbacks put you right back into the past. Don't let it trigger you. With Leo, though, this is exuberant self-expression, outgoing, enthusiastic, benevolent, playful, proud, autocratic, recovers quickly from setbacks, and is committed to taskmaster. I think that is also relevant. So taskmaster, somebody who's cracking the whip. They've got to do this, you've got to do that, you've got to do the other. But in this case, you've got to think of your health, because that's hospital doors. We don't want any hospital visits over the Christmas period, please. So we'll pick one of these. Penny Lover, I think, was by Lionel Richie. So there's another lion. And Richard, maybe. Rest. Number 21. There it is. When you end this chapter, give it a rest. Walk away if you can. Don't put up with this. You need to recharge your batteries. The poppy. So the name Poppy could be important. The fairy in the poppy flower shows us that it's time to rest. Only through resting can we recharge. The elementals are urging you to take care of yourself at this time. Taking time out to rest is not wasting time. Taking time out to rest is a necessity in order to manage, sorry about that, your time better by not becoming burnt out. Once we reach burnout, how can I stop that? Once we reach burnout, it's too late, and then our recovery will take longer. Self-care and taking time out is a big lesson for anyone with a lot of motivation or someone who's busy all the time. There is no judgment over what you make yourself busy with and what motivates you. The issue here is one of not putting yourself on a priority list. Your health and well-being is of high priority. If you feel guilty about taking a nap, so I take that back, you can sit on the couch and stuff your face, about sitting down and watching a bit of TV, this card is definitely for you. The elementals understand that our reality is extremely fast-paced and full of burdens. So their message here is to find small amounts of time regularly where you give yourself a moment to rest and solitude. It could be 5 minutes of just being after you wake up, where you sit with your eyes closed and be present in the moment. Allow yourself to relax. Start your day calm. You may like to do something creative before or after work. Perhaps sit under a tree in your break. It's up to you to make this a priority. We have all heard of saying you can't drink from an empty cup. It's up to you to fill your own cup because no one else is going to do it for you. It is our lesson to learn and our limits and know when we are reaching them. So, somebody's reached their limit. Don't push people today. This is an important lesson to show your children. Yes, also. They learn through our actions. So teach them that it's important to play, have quiet time, to be outside and get away from all the tech screens. So maybe it's the internet that's the problem, because he's on a tech screen there, look. I guarantee you, if you take him off Christmas Day, you'll have something to deal with. So, here we go. And then I will see you after the holidays on the 27th. And we might have an extra Christmas read then. Unless I get time before I go in the morning. So, here we go. Athena, again. Somebody's going to war, I'm afraid, over Christmas, and this is the last thing I wanted for you. But that's the way it is, I'm afraid. So we'll read her again, because we've had her once already, I believe. Sadly. But somebody intends on having a war over Christmas. It's as simple as that. And they're not going to get it, are they? They're going to fail because you're not prepared to do battle. And I don't blame you. Not on Christmas. Love and peace at Christmas, if you don't mind. So expect the news not to be very positive. So if you can do it, switch off, don't listen to it. Can't find her. She must be a big one. She must be a main one. Athena. I don't know where she is. There she is. So Athena is the maiden warrior goddess. Her concerns are justice and wisdom. So she's a younger lady. Physical strength to go to battle for what she believes in. So only go to battle if it's worth it. A main character in Homer's Odyssey, she is constantly popping up in Greek legend and most notably the Trojan War. So the Trojan horse, the enemy within, so it's somebody within the family. Multi-talented and passionate, she is excellent goddess to have on your side if you've got to go to battle. Athena is typically dramatic start in life. She was the daughter of the union between Zeus, the king of the gods, whose philanderings were legendary. So maybe you had a father who was a bit of a ladies' man. And the goddess of wisdom. Metis was pregnant with Athena. Zeus had a prophecy that Metis' daughter would become more powerful than him. He tackled the situation by swallowing the evidence in the form of Metis whole. However, when he was walking beside Lake Triton one day, he got a terrible headache. So headache, somebody's got a headache or head injury. Hephaestus, so illness, bad temper. The blacksmith, Sagittarius. Aphrodite, cuckold husband, so henpecked husband. Played midwife by splitting his forehead open, whereupon out leaped Athena, fully grown, yelling her head off and ready to go to war. And so she has continued ever since. So this is a feisty young lady. Athena, you are the element today. Never since the day before men ruled the world have you been able to have such free reign. So somebody's been given too much free reign by the sound of it. Equal opportunities, especially in the promotional path. You are a fighter, not afraid of conflict. Well, somebody's cowardice here. Somebody is afraid of conflict. You are intelligent, crafty, and dedicated to get the job done. Traditionally, your articulateness, your qualities of strength, and your readiness to fight for the cause have been hijacked. But she was in the reverse, so this may be the opposite of this, cowardice. Not wanting to fight, not wanting to battle, but you're going to have to. Male-dominated society suppressing you. Lawyers and advocates. There she is, the lawyer and the advocate. She thinks very clearly. She gives good advice. Where's she gone? Or was that in the last one? Or maybe in the last one. So maybe you need some good advice from a feminine. Some women as well as men have difficulty in relating to your upfront attitude. So maybe they don't like what you say. What they don't see is the hurt it causes when critical comments are made. So somebody's having a go. It's too easy for you to believe other people's criticism. Don't take it on board. With so many masculine attributes that you become one of the boys, don't let this happen. You are very much a young woman, a powerful, strong woman, but all women. Reconnect your Athena archetypal female power. So you hold the power. Do not allow a conventional world to trick you into depressing your essential warrior self. Put your talents to good use out in the world. You are a natural leader, but challenge yourself with learning to become a team player as well. So somebody's not working in the team. Ask for the opinions of colleagues and family. Don't just assume you know best. And listen to what they have to say. You have more energy than most, but you must use it wisely. For all your easy camaraderie with men, you can turn into a shy, sweet little girl when it comes to sex and love. You are very much your father's daughter and may find that you are attracted to men who are older, or fragile, dependent men with whom you take on the traditional masculine role of provider. The most successful form of relationship for Athena is someone that works as a team, a support system for your cause, but also remind you that your needs for rest and recreation are important, even sex. So there is no equal reciprocity in this relationship, I'm afraid. So somebody's taking over, and I think it might be the female. It means you need to apply wisdom followed by force. Don't rush actions. Consider carefully your best strategy. When you have made a decision, you must commit yourself to taking concerted action towards it. The cards ask you to confront your fears and your demons and your faults and to fight them off. Consider what weapons you need to defend yourself against your enemy, because it's the enemy within, possibly yourself, both the enemy within and the enemy without. Arm yourself emotionally to do battle. Gather support. You may be in a crisis situation and frozen, as though facing Medusa. Reflect honestly on your situation and then act to free yourself from this toxic energy and make the necessary changes. You can reweave your world, yes you can, to be more as you want it, but if you fail to take wise action, this situation will only get worse. You may need to take a second look. Often the most difficult situations to reevaluate, to be honest about, are the ones that you are closest to. Remember too that the logical thing to do is not always the right thing to do if it does not take account of your feelings. So your feelings are just as valid as anyone else's. And sometimes we feel like everybody else's feelings taken into account but our own. So, but if you sit there and say out, nothing will ever change. And the fear, I think, is of saying something and then getting it in the neck. There's no point in hiding and being a coward just so that you're not in the firing line. If someone's being unjustly treated, you've got to say something. And it's probably a little weasel. The number 9 again. So the number 9 is important. Watch your health. It's not a time to go within. If something's bugging you, you're going to have to say it. But it's how you say it. Be wise about it. Don't say something in haste. It's really important. So the weasel then doesn't sound good, does it? Weasels can be warriors or spies. There's the warrior, and you don't want to be a spy. There's the spy. Moving quickly and often alone. They make observations from afar. You observe people, that's what they've been telling us to do, and adjust their plans accordingly. Remember that solitary creatures is nothing to fear, and an introverted nature is nothing to feel ashamed of. Knowing yourself and being comfortable alone is desirable skill. Like the weasel, the pine tree works to be self-sufficient, so should you, because there's a codependent situation here. One of the fastest growing evergreens. Its prickly needles have a waxy coating that helps them retain water. So you may be retaining water. You maybe need to drink more water so to rid yourself of it. You may be overcome by loneliness. Think of the weasel's joy in solitude. Practice caring for yourself while you've got the chance and you're alone. Meditate on the waxen needles of the pine tree and ask yourself what protections you may need to remain green and healthy all year round. When do I like to be alone, and how can I better understand and respect myself? So some of us are going to be alone this Christmas, and it's a sad time. But it doesn't mean you have to isolate yourself. There are things you could do that you like doing. You don't have to sit at home and feel sorry for yourself, playing the victim. But this has been a lovely surprise today. You heard the knock on the last video when he came to the door. So thank you so much. I'll be forever grateful. I've got some lovely friends on here, and I know we lost a few when we moved from the other page, but the ones that mattered stayed. Thank you so much. Speak soon. I hope you have an absolutely brilliant Christmas and New Year.